Hi, this is Walter Tayag for Rappler Talk Entertainment. It's 1 a.m. here in the Philippines and 1 p.m. in Hollywood, Florida, where Miss Universe Philippines Rabiya Mateo is currently staying, awaiting the beginning of the Miss Universe pageant. She's been in the US for about a couple of weeks, has done sponsor visits, has done numerous interviews online, but now she's intensively preparing for the Miss Universe pageant. The last few days, the last week before the biggest fight of her life. So let's see and catch up with her and find out what she's been up to. So we're finally here with Miss Universe Philippines, Rabiya Mateo. And if you have social media, I am sure that you see her at least once or twice a day. Hi, Rabiya, how are you?
Hey Voltaire, I'm doing great. The competition is just few days from now, and sometimes the nerves get into me. But the good thing is I am surrounded with a lot of people who really supports me. I brought Team Philippines with me here in Florida.
Yes, you have. In fact, you're that very special Miss Universe Philippines because in years past, there's only the girl usually travels on her own, siyang magdadala ng sarili niya mga maleta.
Well,
But
I heard about that. Sabi ni Mama J, kaya wag mo kaming abusukin.
and well, first of all, how is Mama J's cooking?
Sobrang sarap. I used to be isolated whenever we eat. Parang hindi ako pwedeng makipagsabay sa kanila. But now we turned out to be negative, all of us. Kaya medyo nakakahalubilo ko na din sila. And actually, for 20 days na we're all together, last night was the first night that I was able to sit with them during dinner.
Oh, okay, that explains why during some of their IG stories, I don't see
Yes,
you
I
around.
was there.
Yeah.
First,
So that explains that. Now, what's the best part of having them with you the whole time?
things are easier for me right now. Like I'm with Derek, my road manager. He prepares everything for me. All I need to do is to be focused on my tasks, which is trying to execute my walk, participating in my Q&A training. So I must say that I'm really blessed. I feel that I'm special because they've been putting some efforts just to see me grow and just to make sure that I am well prepared in this competition. It means a lot to me, Voltaire.
Well, you are actually so well prepared. I've been watching you. I've been looking, stalking all of the social media stuff, and you're so amazing. And
You.
your goodness translates,
Thank you.
and you look like you're happy. You're enjoying yourself.
I am happy right now. The good thing is actually it's a good idea that I left the country a month before the competition so that I can adjust myself to my environment. And you know what? This is my first time to travel internationally. And jet lag is real. I experienced not being able to sleep for 24 hours and it was crazy.
Well, if your IG story of waking up at 4 in the morning and then you posting one, if everybody looked that good jet lagged, I think people don't mind getting jet lagged.
Well, thank you. But if you only knew how much I suffered, like I felt like I was going crazy. I was feeling like I was lightheaded and things like that. And I need to do my training still.
Mm,
But I was able to adopt right now.
yeah.
And things are different. I mean, now that I'm here in the US, I am more focused in my goal, which
Yes.
is to really win the competition. I want to win Voltaire. You know that. I'm a very competitive person in a healthy way. And this is like my gift to the Philippines. If ever I get to bring home the fifth crown back home.
And guess what? It's going to happen 52 years after Miss Universe 1969 Gloria Diaz did it. And
Yes.
can you, although baka magalit si Tita Gloria sa atin, sinabi natin 52 years.
I don't think so. I mean, look at her. She aged like a wine. She's still beautiful. And sabi ko nga, iba yung sense of humor ni Miss Gloria Diaz. Nandun pa rin talaga yung pagiging Miss Universe niya.
Oh, I've always loved her personality.
I love her too.
Her wit. And okay, remember that time when we were in Albay? I think it was right after we did our yung nag-tourist tayo at the
Yes.
Kagsawa ruins. I
Yes.
remember when we got back into the van, you were so excited with your first ever Lazada commercial.
Yes.
And then now you're actually promoting Lazada app for the voting for Miss Universe. How crazy is that? And
I
how how have
know.
how have you changed since then?
Maybe now I'm more confident in the way I speak because I know that this is my journey and I need to take control about the things that is happening to me. And I spend less time scrolling on my social media account, which is a big help. Let's be honest.
Yes.
And now, I had received some advice from the former Miss Philippines, like Miss Pia Wurtzbach, who would always message me from time to time, and it speaks a lot. We have a lot of people who really want me to win, and it boosts my confidence. It really motivates me to really do good on May 16. And hopefully I will.
I have no doubt that you will be, giving it your all and giving your best. And I also remember naalala mo yung time in the first time that we actually met in person. And then the first thing that we talked about was, Voltaire, you're like, Voltaire, what do you think are the chances that another Filipina is going to win in a short
Yes.
span of time? But guess what, Rabia? I researched you would be the Philippines will be the next country that might be able to achieve that feat. The first one was Venezuela when
Wow.
Diana Mendoza won in 2008 and then Stefania Fernandez 2009, and then 6 years later it was Gabriela Isler in 2013. So that's a span of 6 years. So it's
Yes.
totally possible that this can happen for you.
Hopefully, Voltaire, you know what? I'm trying to absorb all the positive energy because what you release in this universe is something that's gonna get back to you. So if you try to think all the good things, the universe will do you good.
And speaking of all the good things coming back to you, you have more than 800,000 followers. So ano yung feeling na paggising mo na parang, ano yun? Parang 20,000 new followers? Ganun ba yun?
I know. Sabi ko nga, like, grabe yung pagmamahal ng Pilipino talaga. And mind you, Voltaire, when I competed in Miss Universe Philippines, parang 2 days before the coronation night, I only have 10,000 followers. And I was celebrating already. I was celebrating. I was with my roommate during that time. And now 800,000.
Wow.
It's a lot, but the more that you get followers, the more you need to remind yourself to use your influence for greater good. That's why I would always remind my Rabiya natics, to be respectful when it comes to their opinions and comments in other candidates, because I've been in that position in which I was also bullied. I was also criticized, and it doesn't feel good. And I don't want my supporters to be that way, just to protect me. We can support each other without destroying one another. And it takes nothing to be kind. That is something that I would always remind my Rabianatics, to still be respectful and humane, even though we are in a competition.
I'm so glad that you actually mentioned that, because that's the essence of pageantry and the sisterhood, is uplifting each other.
That's true. That's true.
You can support them. They can support Rabia 100,000%, but they never have to resort to putting down another candidate. And I said, like, I'm so glad you mentioned that, kasi sabi ko, the first person na mararamdaman at alam niya kung ano yung feeling na yan is actually Rabia, because we've talked about that, and I know that at times in the beginning that had affected you, and now I'm glad that you're actually taking a stand and actually saying something. Kindness and positivity, that's a beautiful message.
Thank you, thank you. And you know what, Voltaire, what I learned about being in this industry is that people can be cruel, but we shouldn't normalize that aspect. When you see that something is not right, you correct it. you have the power to do so. People are listening to you. That's why I think this is also the best way for me to channel kindness and the spirit of being humble. So regardless of, what type of competition we are in, I hope that the Filipinos will still be able to be respectful. I know that this hate comments is not a reflection of who we are as Filipinos and what our country can offer. We can do so much more than that. It's just people have normalized being cruel, especially in the industry of beauty pageants, which is
You know,
not.
that's one of the unfortunate things. But the great thing is, speaking of the Filipinos' love for pageants, you know, you have the O Skin Med Spa,
Yes.
Olivia Kido, and also you have E Chi that's being supportive of the Miss Universe pageant and the Zada. And most recently, Jojo Bragais is
Yes.
the official footwear with all of these Filipino supporters and sponsors playing a big role in Miss Universe. What goes through your mind?
Actually happy to share this opportunity. Now we're not just supporting a candidate in Miss Universe. We are also supporting Filipino products. What we can offer to the global community. And it speaks a lot for the quality of service, quality of products that we were able to produce over this past few years. And I'm very happy. But I would always remind myself, because other people think that I might have an advantage, because there's a lot of Filipino sponsors. That's not the case. I really need to work hard. I really need to work double or triple my effort, because it's not an assurance. I shouldn't be complacent of what is happening right now. And I really need to work my way up. That I would always remind myself every time I wake up in the morning. If you want to win, you need to do this with all your heart, with all your mind.
But that's always been you. That's such
Yes.
a that's such a part of who you are. That's a part of what makes Rabia so special and what made her win to begin with.
Oh,
Now,
thank you so much.
lalapit na yung Mother's Day. Have you been talking to your mom or been in touch with her while you're there?
We would always talk through Messenger. I would always message her from time to time. And you know what? My mama, she's also has this character. She's funny. And she would always make me laugh. But my mom would always remind me na, anak, always remember to have that humble heart. That regardless of the results, you're still my daughter and I'm so proud of you. And that is already a privilege to be the representative of our country. So instead of like trying to pressure yourself, because you really want to win, my mom knows I'm competitive. She would remind me just to enjoy this journey, build connection, learn from the other candidates. And success will just come with it once you were able to show them, how you are excited for this competition. So I hope I'm excited to see all of the girls. I'm excited to learn from them. And I know it's gonna be, my biggest fight, the biggest fight of my life. And I just hope that, in the coming years, when I have children in the future, I will be able to tell them a beautiful story, how their mama was able to represent the Philippines.
Oh, that's such a beautiful message. And that's actually a great motivating thing where your growth in this journey doesn't end with the Miss Universe pageant, but you're already thinking ahead and
Yeah.
already wanting to impart that to like little Rabias or Rabio.
Rabiya.
And then, so do you have a message for your mom since Mother's Day is coming up?
I know. You know what, Voltaire? I feel so bad that I wasn't able to be with my mom during my self isolation. During that 3 weeks that I was isolating myself. She traveled from Iloilo to Manila just to see me. But I really need to be extra careful. But there was this moment that she was inside the car and I was like meters away from her. And I was doing that. And I was doing that. And that was the day before I fly to the
Ah,
US. And I was getting emotional. Of course, I wanted to hug her. I wanted to say I love you. I wanted to say that I'm gonna do my best to win this one because this is my gift to you for all the sacrifices you've done. And my mom was like, she's not getting emotional, but she was like, go anak, kaya mo yan.
Oh, that's so cute.
That. Then I messaged her and I told her na, Ma, I'm so sorry about that. I hope that when I get back from the US, I get to spend some time with you. And I really appreciate that you made your effort just to see me. And I know you're old. I know it's not easy for you to travel, especially during this time, but you're a mother and nothing can stop you to see your daughter. So I love my mom, Voltaire. I've sacrificed a lot because I want to give all the beautiful things in life to her. She deserved it. And hopefully, on May 16, I make her proud. I offer this fight also to her. She's my number one supporter. And I love her. I love her.
Well, whatever happens on May 16, she's already very proud of you, and so am I, and so is the entire Philippines. So I want you to keep that in mind. And I know it's just a short time that we have for this interview, but I'm so glad I got to talk to you, and then the other people can also see how you're doing. And from the looks of it, you're doing great. You're amazing. Ang galing mo na sa interview.
Oh, thank you. I think you get to develop it over time. You know what, Voltaire? When I won Miss Universe Philippines, I was so naive. I didn't even know that the difference of being on stage, having an on-stage interview from a casual interview. I have no idea that you need to trim down your energy, do this, do that. But you learn things. You improve as a person. And thank you so much. You are part of my growth. You know that. You've been there when I was starting, and I had the day after I won, I had an interview with you. I remember.
Yeah.
And thank you for being kind to me. And not everybody, I remember when I won, people were telling me not to trust the media. But you broke that expectation or that blind story. Because you are so kind. You really helped me. You really gave me genuine advices, and I was able to find a friend in you. Thank you so much, Walter.
Thank you. Magkano utang ko sa'yo? I'm just
kukwentahin ko. I'm joking.
I can't wait to see you when you get back and we can celebrate and finally see each other. So thank you so much, Rabiya, and just say thank you to your fans and your supporters.
Sa lahat ng mga Pilipino na patuloy na nagdarasal at sumusuporta sa akin, maraming salamat po. Nandito na ako sa US, nandito na ako sa Florida, and the competition is just few days from now. I think it's 16 days away from now. And isipin niyo po na ginagawa ko yung aking assignment. Ginagawa ko talaga lahat ng makakaya ko para maging proud kayo sa akin. And ipagpatuloy lang po natin yung pagdarasal kasi isang malaking karangalan maging Miss Philippines. At sana sa May 16, maging proud kayo sa akin. Mahal na mahal ko kayo.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, everybody, for watching Rappler Talk Entertainment with none other than Miss Universe Philippines, Rabiya Mateo. Thank you so much.